Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have another top 10 video for you guys on GTA Online, and this is a different one than I normally do. This is a PvP top 10, and I'll be honest, I'm not much of a PvP guy. I don't really do PvP unless I, have to defend myself in case when I'm selling cargo and someone comes after me. And in this video, you'll basically be seeing top 10 griefer fails. These are random clips I've had, I've saved of me playing over the past few months of just people going after me for no reason, and then something happens during that fight where that person fails, and it's pretty funny oftentimes. So I hope that you guys enjoy it. And also, in this video, every single person that went after me, they went after me for no reason. I didn't do anything to them. They just came right at me, oftentimes trying to destroy cargo. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoy this one, and if you guys really enjoy this one, I might turn this into a series where I might do more griefer fails in the future. But I hope that you guys enjoy it. Let's start the video now. Starting off at number 10, we have the Sticky Bomb Griefer. Now, this happened a few weeks ago. I was collecting crates for one of my cargo warehouses, trying to get it full, and then I pull up, past this intersection. This guy ends up crashing here, and then he starts following me, and, I don't really think much of it. Just because somebody's following me doesn't necessarily mean they're going after me. Plenty of people follow me, and they're friendly, but I always have a sticky bomb, just in case, when I'm driving a cargo vehicle, just in case somebody does try to go after me. And in this case, I was right to have that sticky bomb. So this guy gets right behind me. He tries to sticky bomb my van right here. You can clearly see he's going after me, and I don't think he even realizes that this van, it can take a few explosions before actually blowing up entirely. And I threw a sticky bomb back at him right here, and he went flying, he blew up, and then I delivered the cargo, and that was it. It was fine. I was pretty close to the warehouse too, so it would have been unfortunate if it got destroyed, but it was fine. I delivered it here, and he got blown up. Next at number 9, we have the Nightclub Cargo Griefer. Now this happened over a month ago, I'd say, because I was at 883 million then, but basically I was trying to sell my nightclub, and I was selling a good amount right here. And I made 2 out of 3 drops. I had 1 drop left. I marked that drop, so I basically had 2.5 miles left. And what happened was, as I pulled in right here, past this bridge in Sandy Shores, I see this Oppressor Mark II coming right towards me, and the Oppressor Mark IIs, and in that case, any kind of vehicle that can lock on, they cannot lock on to nightclub and gun running shipments. So they can't lock on to those vehicles. That's a friendly tip just for people to know. But anyways, he could not lock on to my, nightclub shipment, and he was really determined to blow up this shipment. So he actually got on ground level, and he was trying to fire missiles at me. One missile actually ended up hitting me, but what I did right here was I dropped a mine, and I don't think he even realizes that these vehicles can basically drop infinite proximity mines. Drop the proximity mine right here, he got blown up. Look at that fail there in slow motion. And then what ended up happening was I delivered the nightclub vehicle, and he failed to blow up my stuff. He did start going after other people in the lobby, but I think he was pretty annoyed that he didn't get a chance to destroy this. At number 8, we have the Oppressor Mark II Spamming Griefer. Now, this happened a few weeks ago. I was trying to fill up my warehouse, get it ready for a second sale, and this guy was coming right at me here. I had, unfortunately, a 3-crate drop mission, so I had to pick up the crates and take it to my warehouse each time, and I was on my Oppressor, see this guy coming right towards me, have a really bad feeling about it, and I just start speeding, trying to get to my warehouse as fast as I can. Unfortunately, I crashed right here, and my suspicions were basically confirmed when he was trying to kill me, and this guy was really determined to kill me. You can see he fired missiles at me. He tried to ram me here with his Oppressor Mark II. He failed. And then after he knocked me to the ground, he actually tried to get off his Oppressor Mark II, probably trying to show off and probably trying to kill me right here. I got right at him, and I just basically hit him with my gun. Melee'd him. I killed him right here. And then I got right back on my Oppressor and got away from the area. And this guy was glitching too, because you can see that his arms are basically not there. Then what ends up happening is one of my friends who was in the lobby saw what this guy was trying to do, goes after him, starts fighting him, and of course the same guy, spamming the Oppressor Mark II, and what I basically did was came up right behind him, fired a bunch of missiles at him. I think I destroyed his Oppressor Mark II here. The guy jumped off here. At least he did an easy way out, but basically my friend was fighting him for some time again. I managed to get all the crates back to the warehouse. Nothing got destroyed. And then the guy went into passive mode after fighting with my friend for some time, and that was pretty much the end of it. At number 7, we have the Stromberg Safe. Now, this happened a few weeks ago also. I was delivering cargo to my warehouse, and this is the reason that I expand my radar a lot. I don't like to have a constant expanding radar because I don't like it taking up that much space on the screen, but I occasionally expand my radar, especially in missions like this, just to see if other people are coming at me. And in this case, it helped a lot, because I see this guy in the Oppressor Mark II coming right towards me. I have a really bad feeling about it. I get out of my vehicle, he fires one missile at it, damages it a little bit, and the reason that I get out is because in in cases where cargo vehicles can be locked onto, like with CEO crates, if you get out of the vehicle, they can't lock onto it. They can only lock onto the vehicle when you're in it. That missile that hit the van, he probably had a lock on by the time I was getting out, and what I did at this point was activate a ghost organization for $12,000 because I'd much rather, waste $12,000 than $18,000 getting all 3 of my crates destroyed. And in that time, what I did was I called in my Stromberg. Now, he doesn't know where I am. The only thing he knows is the crate van is there. He tries to go and blow it up. He sees my Stromberg, starts firing at me, but I fired at him, and I blew him up, and I got him right here. And this guy was pretty determined to blow up my cargo, because even after I killed him, and I got in the vehicle, and I started driving away, he was trying to find me. You can see right here, he went down the highway. He was trying to look for me, but I was actually hiding in this alley right here, and I took it back to the warehouse, and that was good. He failed to destroy my cargo, and he failed to kill me. Moving on to number 6, we have the tunnel fail. Now, out of all the fails in this video, this is actually the most recent one. This happened 3 days before this video. Basically, what happened here was I was selling $686,000 worth of guns from my bunker, so pretty close to full. I was selling it with one of my friends here. We had 3 vehicles. We were doing fine. We didn't have a third person to help, unfortunately, but then when I got in the city and I was on the highway right here, this guy with an Oppressor Mark II starts following me, and he actually fires a missile at me. Now, remember what I said earlier, guys. The griefers, they cannot lock on to gun-running cell vehicles, they can't lock on to nightclub cell vehicles, and they can't lock on the import-export cell vehicles. I forgot to mention that earlier, too. But basically here, he had to manually aim at me. I started swerving to try to avoid his missiles. He did hit me a few times, but the Insurgent, it can take a few missiles, so I wasn't really that concerned. And what I ended up doing was I swerved into the opposite lane here to get him to try to turn, and he fell for it, and then I drove right in this tunnel, and I actually threw a sticky bomb right here, and I actually did not expect him to fall for it. I did not expect him to actually fall for this, but he actually did, and I was really surprised by it, and imagine what Big Smoke would say in this case, too.
Oh, I can't believe that!
But it didn't end there, guys. What happened was, after that sale, I decided to help my friend with a quick crate run. And what happened was, this guy still remembered what happened, and he went after me. And I was on the thruster, because I figured he'd go back on his Oppressor Mark II, and I was flying my thruster here. He was spamming a ton of missiles at me. I don't think that he even realizes that the Oppressor Mark II, it can't really blow up the thruster if it's flying in a straight line, but what happened was YS, he came behind him and blew him up. He saw what the guy was doing, and he stopped him right here. And what ended up happening was he did blow up one of the 3 crates, but we got 2 of the 3 crates back to the warehouse, and then me and my friend pretty much got out of this lobby because it wasn't worth trying to do anything in this lobby because this guy was just going to keep following us around everywhere, but he didn't get any kills on me. Next at number 5, we have the Stromberg Rampage. This also happened a few weeks ago. I was taking crates back to my warehouse. One of my friends, he picked me up with a helicopter. He joined the lobby, and I already delivered 2 of the 3 crates. I figured this would be easy. It's delivered the 3rd crate, and I'm done. What happened was, and this was unfortunate, is I had 2 Oppressor Mark II griefers just come right after the helicopter. I don't know why people do this, why people bother going after cargo like this, but they blew up my friend. I jumped out of the helicopter, and even though I did activate Ghost Organization, they blew me up the second I landed with my parachute, and then they blew up the crate. They destroyed the crate, and then they flew away. And even though they destroyed the crate, I got kind of annoyed at this because I just had 1 crate left, and I said, you know what? No. So what I did was I just pretty much spawned the Stromberg and I went right after them. And they were near the casino. I blew both of them up and then I kept blowing them up. I kept killing them repeatedly, killing them over and over and over again. I think I killed one of the guys 6 times. I killed the other guy a few times, but I killed them both a bunch of times. They tried to get their Oppressor Mark IIs, and I killed them so much that one of them actually went into passive mode, and I would not even let him get into a vehicle. I just kept blowing up all the vehicles he would try to get in, even when he got into one vehicle, and then he got into passive mode and got out of passive mode. The second he got out of passive mode, I just blew him up. And then I went after him again, blew him up a bunch of times again, and what happened here is one of my friends, this was an accident, he accidentally blew me up here. He was trying to go after the griefer, it's fine, but after this point, pretty much, this was the last kill I got on him. They both left the lobby, and they were gone. Even though they did destroy 1 crate, I killed them so many times that they left the lobby. They didn't feel like griefing anyone anymore in that lobby. Next at number 4, we have the drone fail, and you guys might recognize this footage. This was actually from my video, what happened to PvP, but it was such a good fail that I had to include it. Basically what happened here was I was selling my top range vehicle, I managed to sell it, and the guy was probably annoyed that he didn't manage to destroy it in time. I was driving away with my civilian vehicle that I stole, and he just blows me up with an Oppressor Mark II. I got into a second vehicle, I started driving away. The guy had Ghost Organization on, so I figured he would go after me. I kept looking behind me, I saw saw him right behind me. I jumped out at the last second, dodged the missile, and the guy was really determined to try to get me. He was really trying badly to get me, and he was landing on rooftops, spamming RPGs, and then what ended up happening was I spawned my terabyte, I just ran right to it, and I got inside it. He lands on a neighboring roof, he starts spamming RPGs at the terabyte, trying to blow it up, but he didn't expect that I would actually go on the drone. I went on the drone, see him right here, and guess what? I just detonate it, blow him up with the drone. And at this point, other people started fighting him, and he got pretty annoyed. He teleported back to his facility. He was probably trying to orbital cannon me at this point, and what I did was I actually went in this construction site, and he left. He just figured that he couldn't get me in here and just left the lobby, and that was it. Next at number 3, we have the teleporting fail. Now this happened pretty recently. This happened, I believe, a week and a half ago. But basically what happened was I was trying to help one of my friends sell, his bunker. And this guy came after me, and this guy, you guys probably remember him. He is from, the teleporting Kanjali video that I had about a month ago. He happened to be in the same lobby. He blew me up. I got into a Stromberg, then his friend went after me and blew me up. And then what ended up happening was, we delivered the insurgents. They failed to blow it up. They didn't even get anything. We delivered 15 out of 15. They failed to destroy anything. The guy got probably pretty annoyed by that. And guess what? He started teleporting again. He started doing some kind of glitch at teleport, and he teleports 2 times in front of me. The first time he teleports in front of me, massive fail right there, shoot him right in the head. And the second time, try to teleport in front of me again, and I shot him, and I got him again. Didn't expect that, and then he tries to teleport a 3rd time in front of me. I got on my oppressor, and I just got away from the area. Then his friend came back and blew me up here, but at this point, my friend just invited me to his apartment, and I just got there, and, we didn't have to deal with these guys teleporting here, but whenever he tried to teleport in front of me, it was a fail on his part. At number 2, we have the Akula Fail. Now, this one is pretty recent also. This happened a few days ago. And basically what happened here was I was trying to sell my bunker shipment. And even though I did activate Ghost Organization, this guy who was in an Akula took it upon himself to try to find me. And he found me here. He started firing missiles at me. And again, remember what I said. These vehicles, they can't lock onto them. They can't lock on the gun-running cell vehicles. So he couldn't lock onto me, so he had to manually aim. He was trying to bomb me too. And he didn't do too well in that. I went in the tunnel here, I hid here, and then what ended up happening was he actually went after my friend. So what I did was I got into a buzzard, and I flew over to try to stop him, and I got into this aerial battle with him right here, and my friend was trying to make the drop in this time, and eventually, the griefer blew me up here because, the Akula, it does have a faster fire rate than the buzzard. He was able to fire more missiles at me. He got me here, and then he went and got my friend, and I left the lobby right here, so he didn't manage to destroy any kind of cargo here. I still got the majority of my cargo back, but my friend was still in the lobby. So I decided to join the lobby back. And what happened here was I got into a laser, decided to shoot him down with that because the laser has explosive cannons. Flew towards him. I had kind of my own fail right here where he actually shot me down. He got me. He blew me up here. I did damage him a little bit here. But then right after that, he actually sends this message. And so what I did at this point was I got a second laser. And I started flying around. He went for another Akula. I didn't know where he was, but when somebody's in an Akula, they have this idea in their mind that nobody's able to find him, that people just can't find him for some reason. That's what, people that fly in Akulas oftentimes think. Just because you're in an Akula, you might be a little more safer because, you do have that ghost option there, but don't think that other people can't find you. And what ended up happening was my friend went back to his facility, not to do the orbital cannon, we don't do that stuff, but he actually was using the orbital cannon to see where this guy was at, because the orbital cannon and the TV, you can actually use that to try to find people if they're hidden like with an Akula. And my friend told me that, he was around like, Franklin's neighborhood, he was around South Los Santos. So what I did was I took the laser, I flew over here, and I just blew him up. He did not see this coming. He thought that because he was in the Akula that nobody can find him, but I found him right here and I blew him up, and then I kept blowing him up. I kept blowing him up repeatedly. I think I got him 5 times here. I blew him up 5 times, and then he ended up getting a good shot on me. He shot down my laser, and I tried to parachute out, but, I crashed. I died right here. He pretty much got me. But then after that, what happened was he was trying really badly to get me with the buzzard. You can see right here, the guy does have some good piloting because he was avoiding, flying completely underneath because, he knew that I would minigun him, but he was trying to get missiles underneath there. And at this point, basically, my friend invited me to his facility. I went there, and we don't use the orbital cannon. I don't do that stuff. Just did that to get away from the guy, not to give the guy any more kills, because this is what irritates the guy. The guy was getting pissed off by this probably. He was showing off earlier, thanks for the clip, but then probably didn't expect this to happen. So then, went back to the facility, got out of it, and I see the guy's off the radar. I don't know what he's up to at this point, so I activate off the radar. I go into my house, and I go on the TV to try to see what he's doing. He's back in the Akula, and then what ends up happening is the guy starts doing client jobs. He starts doing, what is his targeted data, but, I decide not to ruin his mission, because, I don't do that type of stuff. People, they grief, but I don't grief their cargo back. I'll fight griefers, but I'm not going to mess up somebody's mission. So I decide not to mess up his mission. But that was pretty much it. He left not too long after I was in the house. Maybe I was in the house for a few minutes. He left after that. I wish more people, they just didn't do this type of stuff, didn't go after cargo. It's a waste of time. I don't know why people do it. And, it was kind of a really big fail there. It was kind of funny, though. He was kind of showing off, didn't think that he would be found in his Akula, and I found him. And number one, the number one griefer fail on this list is the teleporting Kanjali griefer. Now this one, you guys might recognize from a video of mine a few months ago where I posted that teleporting Kanjali griefer epic fail. That video, reached 80,000 views, was pretty popular, and people were laughing about it, and people loved what happened. But basically, here's the background what happened. I was selling my MC business, selling my cocaine business. I was about to drive into the city, and this guy in a Kanjali just teleports right in front of me. You guys will recognize him. It's that same Roger guy from that earlier clip. He was teleporting here also, but this time he was doing it with a Kanjali. Teleports in front of me, blows up my garbage truck, then he teleports down the street, blows up my friend. And then what ends up happening is, I lost 10 out of 15 product. I left the session. And then I joined back, so I didn't really lose that much product. I still got the majority of it back. But I decided to go after these people. I decided to try to stop them because there was two people. There was Roger, and then there was his friend. His friend went after me. And I knew that if I joined back the lobby, they could not resist. I knew they would try to go after me. So what I basically did was I set a trap. And they actually fell for the trap, and the trap actually worked. The trap that I set was my friend was driving me around in an AA trailer, and I had a flak gun on it. And the AA trailer does not have its own unique symbol on the map. And the AA trailer, the flak cannon on that specifically, is the most powerful weapon in the game besides the orbital cannon. It'll destroy a fully armored insurgent in one shot. It'll destroy a fully armored Kanjali in 2 shots. So I can take him out pretty easily. And guess what? He fell right for the trap. Teleports right in front of me right here. I blow him up. I got him. He must have been really annoyed. He started teleporting around after this, and he teleported behind me once and he got me, but I got him out of that Kanjali. He teleported right in front of me here, and I just blew him up. But that's pretty much it for the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's a different type of top 10 than I normally do because I've, had these griefers go after me so many times, but if this is pretty popular, I'll do more of these in the future. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed my video, drop a like, and if you're new to my channel, join my channel, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.